Um, but if you want to know what that summer epic summer Let's Play was going to be, it was going to be Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4. I was going to do it in anticipation of um, the next game in the series, but due to complication, but I actually did finish the whole game. I got through the whole main story. I just didn't finish the DLC stuff. But yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, um, so now, if I remember correctly, in the last session, we just did a lot of story sequences where basically we just kind of sped through some assassinations. If I'm gonna be honest here, the assassinations in this game, there are not many like side characters to assassinate. You know, we just sped through them. Back in Assassin's Creed 2, we actually kind of got to know a lot of the Templars we assassinated. Here, we just kind of assassinate them. I mean, we get to know who Cesare and Rodrigo Borgia are, but like, we don't really like. How do I word this? We don't really, you know, get to understand like what the other Templars' motivations are, why they're doing the shit they do. We just end up killing them. Well, not killing them, but oh yeah, actually we do kill them. But like, from it was just kind of. I mean, one of them we didn't even kill. We didn't even kill one of them. We just let him live and stuff like that. So I guess this could be seen as a way of showing Ezio's character, and that dude is not even doing anything. I've seen Ezio's character, you know, how he sort of, because back in that's unfortunate. Because back in Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio was just willing to kill whoever he needed to get revenge for his family. And I did kind of question this back in Assassin's Creed 2, where he didn't kill Rodrigo. I still question it a little bit, but I can kind of see how it's a big character moment. But the reason I criticized it so much was mainly because of just how out of nowhere it was to me. Am I the only person who felt that? Like, there was legitimately no reason for it. Especially, I mean, I guess you could say that him preventing the execution of that crazy guy who took the apple to Florence and basically dominated and made the pain in the ass sequence where we had to kill a bunch of his soldiers. Um, I guess you could see that as a character moment for him because he refused to let that person suffer. I forgot his name. I think it's like Savonarola or something like that. Like, he refused to let him suffer, but at the same time, that's only if you have the Ezio collection, or if you have the deluxe version of 2 on the PC, or you just have the DLC for 2, period. And that's just a really, I really don't like it when games kind of rely on DLC to make you see bigger character moments for the main character. And Assassin's Creed has this problem sometimes. And not that it's a bad thing. It's just that, I mean, in some way I can say that the DLC is then worth it, because now you want to see that character, how they adapt to situations and what they think of everything. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually going for this this layer of Romulus, because I think once I do this one, we do the next one. I just need to get to it in the first place. I just don't know how to get there. I just need to get past this restricted area. Like, I believe, like, in my Assassin's Creed 2 Let's Play, I called Ezio a dipshit for not killing Rodrigo, and to some extent, I still kind of stand by that. Okay, not stand by it, but I still question the decision. I think this was the first time we're actually in the Vatican since the beginning of the game, or at least the Vatican district. So yeah, this is the Vatican district, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy it. We're not going to be here for that long because I'm just going to be going for the lair of Romulus, and then we're going to get the armor of Brutus. And then Because I think we have just 2 more layers of Romulus left, which is just great. Yes, the Bacilla. I think it is right here. Yep, right here. I see it. And these are more hidden than the assassin tombs, to be honest with you. I mean, they're still marked on the map, I guess, but still. But, like, Brotherhood really does a really good job in giving me a reason to love Ezio. If this was the Ezio I saw back in that's why I really hate the fact that Ezio's really the only one that gets a whole trilogy dedicated to him. Because he gets so much character development, while Altair gets really just 2 games. And, I mean, yes, we do see Altair's character evolve via the codex pages like the last game. And in the Revelations via the I don't think we could be seen here. There's Borgia here. But, like, Altair doesn't get much on his own. Like, we don't see much of Altair's development in game. What am I supposed to do? I just blend? Okay. Okay, so we're tailing the cardinal. Again, another cardinal. I'm right here. But, like, Connor from Assassin's Creed 3, he's my favorite assassin. But I will admit, he doesn't get much in terms of development as well.
Now Bartolomeo d'Alviano is sure to rise up against the Pope. Cesare's campaign will be in trouble. Is that such a...
Like, I love Connor in Assassin's Creed 3. But he's only appears in Assassin's Creed 3 and in Liberation. Shay Patrick Cormac from Assassin's Creed Rogue, he's one of my favorite protagonists. And he actually gets quite a bit of development in this game, but it's not enough for me. I just feel that the skewing towards favoritism always goes to Ezio just because of the fact that he has 3 games dedicated to himself. And you could say that that's Ubisoft's fault. You could blame the fans. You could blame anybody, honestly. But it's just that I just feel that Ezio was just overexposed personally. Not that I hate Ezio. I love Ezio. I think he's a great character. I think he does what he does really well. Oh.
I will write the sermons, then leave them for you within the shrine. Make sure you deliver them convincingly, with passion.
The followers will do anything we tell them to, Padrone. They believe their God commands them.
Bene. Do you have the key?
I really love how Edward is characterized, though. I love Edward.
May the Lord be
I
with you.
don't even remember what Arno goes through in Unity, in all out honesty. Just go in here. I don't remember what Arno goes through. I do remember that Elise dies in Unity. Spoiler alert.
Assassino!
Jacob and Evie Fry, I can't remember anything about them. And then,
My ascension takes me closer to God and away from you, Assassino!
are we killing this dude? I can't remember. That's if I want to die. It wasn't raining when I got here. But, I don't remember anything about Origins. I haven't really completed Odyssey or Valhalla. I've been meaning to get into those games. I actually heard that Valhalla's expansion pass was just released, or at least they released a standalone game for it, because apparently it just was so much data. Something like that. Which I think is a good thing. I kind of look forward to that. I've heard good things about those games. But again, I do want to reiterate from my last session that I do think that Origins is a good game, that the newer games are good games. I just don't see them as Assassin's Creed games just because of how much they change from the formula. You know, I don't remember how much free running there is in Assassin's Creed Origins, but I know there's not a lot. I mean, the Hidden Blade is like something that isn't really something you... Oh, shit. Ooh, god damn.
Seems God is on my side, assassino.
I was about to just jump. I don't remember how long this chase goes, but I know it goes on for a bit. I honestly hate the fact that you have to finish that the full synchronization is finish the mission. Is to finish within 8 minutes.
The followers of Romulus work for the Pope's gain. Of course. They are ignorant. We are enlightened. Their savagery will lead the people. Enlighten the church.
This way.
Godspeed.
Shit. I'm just gonna, yeah, take the death. I'm surprised the guards aren't reacting to the fact that that guy is shouting assassino everywhere he goes. Like, I just, with the whole Origins and Odyssey thing, and Valhalla, I'm just not a big fan of how much they changed from the formula. And I'm not saying that I hate changes to the formula. I mean, Unity, I mean, every game changes something in the formula. But the thing is that up until Syndicate, the changes were just minor additions minor changes to mechanics to make things much better, or at least more interesting and more unique than the other ones. Like how Assassin's Creed 3 streamlined the free running system and added the tree free running. Assassin's Creed 4 expanded on the naval combat system from Assassin's Creed 3. And Assassin's Creed Rogue didn't really do much to change from Assassin's Creed 4, but it did do a really good job in giving us the perspective of a Templar rather than a traditional assassin, and that was really interesting to me.
You have nowhere to run.
What a fool! You wage war against the very instrument that prevents the people from overthrowing order.
Your order.
I'm not even facing him.
No order at all.
Okay. And then Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I mean, Assassin's Creed Unity added the free run down and free run up system, making it more streamlined for free running and making it more dynamic, allowing players to have more of a choice when they come to choosing what they want to do with their free running. And then Syndicate added the twin assassin system, making it more interesting in controlling two assassins. Was it executed well? That's up to the player, you know. And I preferred playing as Evie, mainly because I just like playing as a female assassin more often than not. Yeah, I'm gonna be than a male, especially considering that every game up to this point we played as a male assassin, except for Liberation, but I have yet to play that, actually. Ooh, that is a bad idea. I could just... Never mind. I mean, in terms of what... I mean, even the Ezio trilogy does a really good job in changing up the formula. Yes, Brotherhood has a lot of similarities to 2, but it does do enough to make itself different. It changes up the free running system and makes it much more manageable. Gives you more weapons to deal with, such as the crossbow. Introduces the recruitment system and allows players to handle situations much better. The 100% sinking does a really good job in allowing players to learn things about the game mechanics that you probably wouldn't have experimented with on your own. Like I mentioned this back in the previous session, the killing enemies from a bench. I mean, raise your hand right now if you thought... I mean, raise your hand if you thought about killing an enemy on a bench before that mission. You probably didn't think about it. You probably didn't think it was possible, or you did think it was possible, you just didn't want to risk it. The 100% sync system allows you to allows players to learn stuff about... allows players to learn more mechanics while also making you feel more like Ezio did back in that time period. You know, when you get full synchronization, I feel a sense of satisfaction when I do so. Like just now, I managed to do that in 8 minutes. I didn't think I did it in 8 minutes, in all honesty, but I felt some sort of satisfaction when I did. I didn't make it known, but or you feel disappointed in yourself when you get such an easy objective done, but you didn't get the 100% sync.
There he goes again.
Assassin's Creed does that really well in allowing players to explore themselves and really give yourself a chance to experiment, and that's actually why I really love this franchise. At least up until Assassin's Creed until 4. Okay, so the last one is unlocked. I need to find a fast travel station, and there isn't one anywhere near here, so we're gonna have to leave the Vatican. Honestly, I could just cut to when I find one, but I might keep talking. But I don't want to go too far into this. In fact, I feel like I'm contradicting myself every 5 seconds, but I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm talking about because I keep interrupting myself to pay attention to what's on screen. Plus, I really don't want to go too far in depth about what I think about Brotherhood, because I think my opinions have changed after a few missions, but actually, I might, because I'm going to confess here, there was a mission that legitimately made me angry, but I actually figured out what was the problem. It wasn't me. It was actually the fact that there's actually a bug in the PC version that if you're playing with a refresh rate higher than 60, like I am right now, in the Flying Machine 2.0 mission, your controls just suddenly stop working. That's from what I've heard. I haven't confirmed this theory myself yet. I'm probably going to do that sometime later. But I will be leaving in all of my struggling, just really sped up most likely. Because it was bad. Like, I just had times where Ezio would stand... Just somehow the flying machine would just stay in one place in midair, by the way, or whenever I hit a fire thing, Ezio would just go straight up into the stratosphere. I couldn't control his directional input, meaning that I would go out of bounds and end up killing myself as a result. Or there are times where when the mission legit just starts, I nosedive right into the ground and end up dying. It was aggravating, to say the least. Trust me on this one. It was aggravating to know that I had little to no problem my first playthrough of that, and then having those issues spring up out of nowhere on this playthrough. Because to my recollection, I never had that issue when I first played the game. But I got through the mission. But it took a lot of attempts. It took a lot of seeing the desynchronization screen. Just gonna be honest with you here. Did it annoy Excuse me, did it annoy the hell out of me? Oh, hell yes it did. In fact, I had to cut that session short. Actually, I actually ran out of data right before I beat that session. And the other problem is that that mission just didn't know when to fucking end. But that's like one negative, and even then, that's just a glitch that can be fixed in the game. Should I be a little upset that it's caused by a refresh rate issue? No, because higher refresh rates were added after Ubisoft stopped updating the game. I can't really fault them for that. It's not their fault. It's not like higher refresh rates started being more prevalent over a few years ago. And this game came out in like 2011, I want to say. I don't remember. I don't remember when this game came out. Mainly because I didn't play this. I didn't play this game when it first came out. I played it because I think the only Assassin's Creed game I played at launch was Assassin's Creed Syndicate. But I actually ended up stopping halfway through because I had no idea what the fuck was going on. So I ended up going back to Assassin's Creed 1, beating that, played Assassin's Creed 2, then Brotherhood, then Revelations, and then 3. I skipped Liberation. I don't remember if I ever... I do own Liberation, I just haven't gotten around to playing it. Mainly because I hear it's bad. Like, I hear it's just not what you expect. Alright, so the final layer of Romulus is here. I remember where it is. It's under all this, so I gotta get there. Luckily, all the French guys are gone, so I have nothing to worry about. I just gotta get under here real quick. Under where?